Hello, guys. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our daily stock market insights with Miss JD. Technically, it's already morning here in the Philippines. It's 1:38 in the morning of December 18th. So I should treat this episode as a pre-open stock market review or daily stock market insights for the Philippine market. And just to if this is the first time to watch my video, just for everyone's reference, I am Miss JT. I do review stocks in the Philippine market and in the US market because I am active in both. And so if you like this type of content, I am inviting you guys to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you're always updated. By the way, guys, I am not a financial advisor. I am only doing this as a hobby. I do charting every single night because my long term goal is, of course, we want to further our skill set in technical analysis that could later on help us improve my trading skills. And hopefully, I could be part of your journey and you can learn something from this exercise. Okay, so let us get started. Um, I'd like to talk about the index first because, of course, this influences the main movement of the overall market in the country. So for now, what I can say is we are just still stabilizing, creating a much stronger support at its at the 7,200 level because previously this was our resistance and now we're on our fourth day of stabilizing at this level, and let us see if we can gain some more momentum and volume to push the price even higher. So that is our outlook. We are just um, consolidating at the new support, which is our resistance previously. So yes, there is. Yes, there is still some room for um, the price to go higher. And what this implies is that our stocks in the index, the 30 plus or 30 companies, blue chip companies that we have as part of the index, are most likely having the same sentiment at the moment. But it's worth looking at each one, okay? So let me first start with, let me just check. Let me first start with our most trending stocks. Okay, I'd like to go from top to bottom, the most trending, then we work our way downwards. Because there are some other stocks that really took the center stage today. Okay, so let me also continue and talk about the first stock here, which is Premier Horizon PHA. Today we had some profit taking that happened, and if I can remember it right, in my previous episodes, I talked about PHA showing some bearish signals because, as you can see here, while the price is moving higher, our RSI is already starting to show some declines. And yeah, it happened right away, almost instantly. There was a profit taking that happened, but what we're looking forward to see here is that if it drops further down, we have to first observe what happens around the 0.98 level because for several days he had some key levels here. Price stopped here and then we did break that resistance and then it revisited that level and we continued to move higher. But now we are having that opportunity because price is trying to revisit this level again. Probably it'll create a brand new support at that area. Let us see. It's really critical for us to observe what happens around the 0.98 because in some occasions that key level will also be broken. But let's see. Volume is still there, you know. Um, you would notice that here there's really a big volume that's happening, but previously right here, uh, it has been a long time with not much of a volume. Okay, so that's our key level, 0.98 as our nearest support. Let's talk about BSC. I'm not sure what's driving BSC, you know. There isn't really much. I'm not really very active in the thread here, but in case you know anything about this stock, why it rallied so high today, just drop a comment. We can share what we know, and then we all learn from one another. So this one, I think, this is not going to have a sustained increase. This here simply means that when the price reached this level, people felt it's already very expensive, and it also was supported by the fact that we are already at the overbought level here. That means price is already starting to be show some um, expensive level. And so, what happened here is that when it reached this level, people felt that, and then they took profit, and then it went all the way down. So chances are we could have some continuation of a decline. But first, I'd have to put it around the point 40. Yeah, let's find out first around point 40 level, see if it'll just stabilize there. But right off the bat, as you can see here, this one over here, price was moving downwards while the momentum is moving down while your RSI is moving up. Okay, so but of course this is just a supplement. You need to combine it with some other indicators before you can attribute or you can conclude that indeed it is going down. Because as you can see here, it took what, since October we had almost the same pattern right here, but price was still moving higher and higher. So sometimes this RSI is faster. It gives us those indications much faster, but it's up to you if you would like to continue moving higher, because there are other indicators. For instance, in an Elliott wave, a stock could rally up to three waves, right? Because you'll have one, two, three, four, five. So the peaks would be 3 points. Okay, so if I'm to draw that, in an Elliott wave, the first rally to the upside is 1, and then 2, 3, that's the longest, and then 4, and then 5, and then it goes breakdown. So this is first wave, retrace, second wave, retrace, and third wave, and then it changes the direction. So that's the overall concept of an Elliott wave. So let us see if this is going to be. I'm not very good at that though. So sometimes that's the point. This one would already be advanced, but in reality, it could potentially follow an Elliott wave, and there could be some more movement going up. But at the moment, what I'm seeing here is that given this candlestick, I see that this stock could rest for a while, and probably we need to observe around the point 40 level and find out if we are going to create a support at that area, or are we going to drop even further downwards. Is it going to be at the point 33? So that's something we need to find out and probably discuss again. If you'd like to drop a comment and then request that, I could easily prioritize that by tomorrow or whatever day you'd like me to review that. So at this point, my 2 cents here is, um, don't be a victim of FOMO. This now is on the verge of a correction, or what we call a retracement. It might go back to the point 40 level. Okay. Now let's talk. Wow, I didn't know this. I didn't notice this. So MRC is back December 17th. So we had a big jump in the price. There's a gap up, but easily on the same day it filled that gap. Let us see if it will just stop there and create a continuation, or it will go fill this gap, because there was a gap right there. From here it went up. So let me first, maybe what we can do is just plot it at 0.55. So I just feel like people, because this is a significant amount um, in just one day. So let's see if it'll go stabilize around the 0.55 level. What's interesting is you had some foreign buying that happened right here. So that could be a good catalyst. Although we all know that MRC had the recent acquisitions, right? They acquired an unlisted company that was, if I'm not mistaken, that is also associated to a PT&T, and they're now a holdings company. So there are so many things. There are so many things that are looking promising for this company. That's why probably that's the reason why many people are into this. But too bad. I already took profit. So I will just have to find another entry if in case I want to go back here. All right. So I got a question earlier. Actually, let me check. Uh-huh. No, I cannot open because the page is. Hold on. Okay, I already had it up. So, I had a question here, which I want to tie it back with the topic about MRC. Because I said I took profit too early, which reminded me of this question from Ed. Hi, Miss JD. I learned a lot from of your analysis. Any input on when to sell stocks that rally several days, such as SECB, SCC, and AGI? I tend to sell earlier, missing several profits ahead. I would have to say, Ed, that is part of everyone's journey. I too have not even perfected that. Uh, like what we had here for MRC, right? I already took profit around the 0.50 level, but my average here was around, if I'm not mistaken, 0.32. I was initially at this point, but kept on adding. Well, backtracking a bit, I took it at a higher price and then bought more at the lowest point here, and then eventually my average became around the 0.30 something, and then I took profit around the 0.50s. So it was just this period. So come to think of it, I myself, I have not even maximized the full potential of the stock. I got out early. I consider this as going out early. But my pointers for everyone is that we can never really perfect those. But if you're following, for instance, RSI, okay, if you're following RSI, um, very simple concept. At any time you reach this level, overbought, right? And then the price goes higher and higher, and slowly you see this one, something like this. If you see this starting to manifest, and then the volume right here, as you go higher and higher, the volume is starting to decline. Plus, your RSI is also starting to decline. That means the momentum is already starting to subside. Pair it, pair it with, let's say, a MACD. Okay, so I will not be able to discuss that further here, but just using my technicals, I could easily decide whether, okay, I can probably lock in some profit. And another strategy that I would do is that I know I'm still at a very healthy level, but I just want, because part of me is also doubting, what if it goes all the way down? Something happens tomorrow and it rushes all the way down. I might just lose this profit, and it's already a profit. Then eventually, I will not be able to cash them out because of that sudden change. So what I would normally do, like for instance, in BDO, okay, in BDO my position is really very, my base is very low here, and what I have done so far is just to meet my cravings for profit. I exit just very, very minimal amount because I know for a fact that at this point we are already at the overbought, but I know still that we have some more potential for this stock because we're not even halfway. I still see this. My aim is for me to to reach this level, but I just don't want to. I want to also satisfy that cravings for profit. So two things: you exit in tranche or in staggered. Okay, so slowly as you go higher and higher, start getting some funds. You don't have to exit all the way. At least part of your position can still ride up to wherever it want to go. So those are my pointers. You don't have to go out all the way in just one transaction. So that's my 2 cents, especially when you see that, for instance, this one, there's still a lot of room for growth. Knowing support and resistance would really bring you a long way here in the world of trading and investing. Okay, so that those are my 2 cents. Exit when you're happy, but if you know for a fact that there is still some potential, leave some there and let it ride. Okay, so I was in MRC, yeah, it could go back there. And video, okay, so anyway, I have started discussing video. Um, so video, I can sense that we might see some retracements. Now, probably around this level. I don't see it dropping all the way down. I just see it retracing once in a while, like this one. Okay, so we might face another retracement or correction of this kind. It's just going to be a temporary retracement, and then we can go right all the way up again. So let us see if this looks like this has already broken this resistance. However, there's another one over here. So technically, I consider this as not an official breakout yet. Maybe we've broken out of this level, but we have not broken out of this resistance level. So still at a resistance area. So what I'm thinking is if we go beyond, let's say we have a gap up by tomorrow and we go beyond 115, then I mean 115.50, then we have an official breakout there. Okay, you see that? So like what I mentioned last time, that we can be in an overbought level at an extended period of time, or we can be in an oversold level for an extended period of time. That can happen. Alright, so that is for BDO. BRN, interesting. So BRN is also at the overbought, and we started rallying since May, and overall we have already climbed up, and there could still be some more movements going up. However, just be extra careful because today it was a 9.5% increase in the price. So I will not be surprised if people will take profit. I just want to plot my support right over here because sometimes can um, revisit that previous support. So it's up to you. Find your entry from 0.93 to 103, so that at least you could haggle for a few cents. 0.93 is the nearest support. Let's talk about Ali. Ali is currently consolidating at the resistance level. We are at a resistance area for Ali. Okay, see that? So let's find out tomorrow if we are going to start probably higher than this level, higher than the 42 area. Then I can say that is a breakout play. But again, if we continue to move higher and we still have the same outlook over here, if we still have a much lower point as we go higher and higher, then likewise, like what I mentioned, we might face a retracement or change in direction soon, if that is the case. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I don't know, maybe if I'm to draw, but correct me if there are so many experts watching this. So just correct me if I have a wrong drawing here. In an Elliott wave, we could have, let me see here, okay? I'm gonna use Elliott wave. Maybe this one, okay? This could be my 1, this could be my 2, this could be my 3, this could be my 4, and this could be my 5, and then it will change the direction. So that's this is what I'm thinking. So we could have a retracement happening, but we don't know where it could potentially stop. It might stop around the MA20 level. So this yellow line over here, that's your MA20 line. And if we drop and there's really a momentum, we could just drop and stabilize at the 40 or 39.83 level. That's an area, so it could be a little higher or lower. So once we go this level, we are going to observe if there will be stabilization and a continuation going up, or it could go down again further down, and probably next stop could be around the 36.73. We'll see then. But for now, take a look at 39.83 level. SMPH, we are about, do you see this MA20 line? It seems like the point or the direction it want to face is going down. So also we are starting to trigger this red candlestick pulling the price down. There could be a continuation of that by tomorrow or later today. So my next possible support that I see, let us check this out, could be around this level, around the 37. Let me first verify that. Yeah, I'm thinking around the 36 area, around that 36 level. We could be revisiting that before it continues to move up again. Um, oh, yeah, that 36 level. So check first what happens here. We will definitely talk about this again. I'm plotting 36 and let us see if it will respect that. But in the meantime, um, I see it dropping. Cebu Pacific had a green. Wow, there's a bounce. I was just mentioning this the other day. I was actually recommending this in my Patreon account. Okay, let me open my Patreon 1 second. All right. So we are in my Patreon account. So by the way, if you'd like to join my community here, I have a very, very small community. So you are still very much invited to join my Patreon account so we can at least grow our community. But this is what I do here. I will do my research and my picks. I put them here. Um, and the other day, I was mentioning about a possible bounce play for December 15th. And I said, Cebu Pacific just bounced, and price right now is around 40% lower than the pre-pandemic period back in Feb. With more businesses open and good progress in the vaccines, more people will be able to travel now. Just be a little patient if you are going to engage in this stock. Current price is already a good area to do a test buy. So let's take a look at that. December 15th. See this? This is where I mentioned it. So December 15th, they were given a chance to buy it from here. So if we bought it from there, then this should be a good what? Right away a good 8%. But my outlook, why I recommended that, it's not just because of the small gains. My overall outlook there is because of this big potential that we have. We're still at a very, very cheap level, as you can see. All right. Like my BDO, this kind of position is really what I want. We're still at a very cheap level, and we have a lot of potential for this price to go higher. And and I gave a heads up that this doesn't happen overnight. It might take a little long or a long time before we could go back to this level. But it's all up to you on how long or how patient you are in achieving this. But if you're happy to take profit in an 8% increase, why not? Or let's say you wait for a little while and probably exit around 65. Why not? Okay, so if you do that, then that will give you around 30% increase. If you wait for another level around 70, 90, then that's a 41% increase. Really important to know the support and resistances. It will bring you a long way, guys. Okay, let's maybe we can talk about. So I talked about Cebu Pacific. Let's check out RCI. What happened to you? This one too. Ooh, 69% is starting to manifest, starting to do the payoff. But what happened to this? Why is it only up to December 4th? Okay. Oh, that was a weekly chart. Okay, so we were here December 15th and then slowly, but very, very slowly, as you can see. That's my profile. That's our profile. For those who are a position trader, we enter while the others are not showing any interest as of yet, and then we wait for it to go higher and higher. So right now it's still showing some good signs, moving in the direction we want. That's for RCI. I said good entry 1.37 to 1.41. Yeah, 1.37 to 1.41. So that's it. Next was MRSGI. Let's see what happened to you. Okay, looks like this is still moving very, very slowly. 1.64 to 1.68. Okay, so this is where I wanted them to enter. And it's just stabilizing here. There could still be some more movement going up. As you can see, so much potential. So I would always remind everyone that what I recommend to them is that those are based on technicals and that they have to first understand the business model of the company, the financial condition of the company before they can start engaging in them. Because these charts will only tell you when to enter. Okay, so just that's just a sneak peek of what I do in my Patreon, guys. So if you want to join my community there, help me build my community there as well. So those are the perks that you can get. I also maintain a calendar. I do research about stocks that give out dividend, and I created a calendar for all these dividend paying stocks, and I share it in my Patreon as well, just in case for those people who also would like to start investing in the U.S. market. Because mind you, guys, the dividends in the U.S. market are way way better than the Philippine market. Just to give you an overview, for instance, this one, I am also in a position with AT&T, 6.87% dividend yields. That means that's the accumulated amount you can get for a dividend for the entire year. Here's another one, uh, OKE, which is still, I'm in a position there, 9.2%. And this gives out every quarter. Another one is, which is in my position, AGNC. This is a REIT, gives out 9.33% per year and gives a monthly dividend. And the price right now is still at a very affordable level. Okay, see that? See that? Okay. Wow. So there's a big room for growth there. If you're just going to stay there for a long time, it's like you're receiving a salary every single month, right? With an accumulated amount of 9 average. If you're going to buy it at this level right now, that's an average 9%, 9.33%. Okay, so interesting. A lot of interesting and profitable stocks or high potential stocks in the U.S. market. So I put those everything in my uh, Patreon account. Okay, let us go back. I got derailed, but we left off with Cebu Pacific. Now, let's talk about Dito. I also have a position here, and my average here is around 5.98, And so far so good. It is still moving in the direction I want it to be. Hopefully, looks like it is stabilizing here. Looks like it is creating a support at this area. Third day in a row? Could be, right? 761 level. Let us observe if we will have some continuation right there by tomorrow. Otherwise, if that breaks, I'd say it might go back to the 7 peso level again. I would always plot that here. I've been plotting my possible support at this area for several days now. But now that it is stabilizing right here, there's a big chance that it'll continue to move higher. We're very near January. Interesting. January, a few days more, and then they go live. Next, SM. SM is also approaching a resistance. There's a resistance right here. Um, but again, another stable company, very stable company, very strong company here. Wow, all-time high. Okay, next resistance is very near as well, around the 1126. So this price level is really best if you already have a good base, right? And you just want to have your relationship with SM should be long term, because I'd say this is a resistance area, and there could be retracements that will happen if you cannot swallow dips, like big dips. Then this for me is an expensive level. But if you're an investor and you don't really mind this, you just want to put your money and just let it stay there for a long time, then so be it. You can, definitely. But this is not a level where position traders would like to enter. URC. URC, also you are sitting at a possible resistance. Actually, it's either this or this. It's an area. So I'd say that. Right. At the same time, let me also remind you that RSI is already giving us some bearish divergence here, meaning declining momentum. Price was going higher, and then your RSI is going down, and let us see. Wow. At one point, it even reached this level, but I have a strong feeling that it could potentially revisit this area. Interesting though. But if this price, so there's a foreign buying that happened today, if there will be a gap up, for instance, and move higher there, then that's a good breakout. MBT. MBT is trying to stabilize at the MA20 line. Interesting. Let us see if it will not break, okay? If it will not break, then that's a good bounce. But right now, I'm plotting a support right there because it created a support in this level, and then previous resistance was here. Maybe it will go give us a green by tomorrow if 49.68 will not be broken, okay? Pure gold, not looking good. Starting to trigger again the lower Bollinger Band, and I don't like to see when that thing happens. See what happened here? We started triggering the lower Bollinger Band. Then eventually what happened was we created some lower lows and lower highs, and um, basic elements of a downtrend. So we might see that happening again. So stay away for now. Profit taking is still not over. After pure gold, SSP. SSP, wow, there's a significant volume. What is this? Foreign buying is present as well. Do we have an all-time high? Not really, but there could be a continuation. There's still some room for growth up there, but we're already halfway. Let us see, if you want to still get in, I suggest just haggle for a few cents, but maybe enter around this area, around 160 level at least. Okay, this volume is so interesting. If tomorrow we won't end, let's say in the event we goes red and the volume is just up to this level, that that simply means that the people who entered today are still holding onto their stocks. Okay, see that? If you have a significant increase in the price and then the next day the decline is just minimal, people are holding, and it might continue climbing up soon. This one, double dragon. My double dragon is starting to show some uh, signs of payoff. Okay, today, even though that's a red, I'm not surprised about that, because normally when you have a significant move in whatever direction, chances are there will be an almost equal reaction the next day. So like this one, it moved higher. I think this was a 9 or 8% increase, and then there was a profit taking that happened, but we're just halfway there. So I'm thinking it might just create a new support around the 15.58. All right. I know I added more today. Oh, I sold my SMC. I sold a very tiny share. SMC. I had this because I'm seeing some struggle right here. Looks like the stock is having a difficult time to progress. And so I took profit and I used my buying power to buy some more tech. Tech is in my, yeah, I bought it here because I see that it's revisiting this level. I can't remember. I think I bought it 750. Yeah, around 750. I bought it there. Because this is where I see it there. This could create a brand new support right here, and we might see a continuation. You had some foreign buying as well today. Yeah, nice, nice. You know why? Because look at that. Look how far are we from the maximum potential of this stock. So cheap level. So I'm accumulating some more here. So far, my video still fine, tech still fine. Even though it was a red today, we had a good base again, so I'm still preserving that. So on average, my stocks, I've been holding onto them for an average of 4 months now, but I've taken some profit in and out in some of them, um, but only when I am near a resistance, and then I try to buy them back when they dip. So I just try to maintain those I have. Let me see. One, two, three, four, five, 6, 7. I have 7 in my portfolio right now. Okay. So let me go back. So tech, I skipped. Right. Right. I talked about Double Dragon. Let's talk about ICT. Okay, ICT is giving us some lower highs. So this is not looking good. We might see some more fading momentum in the coming days. The reason why I said that it's giving us some lower highs, there's a declining high over here. We trade lower high. So let's try to do this, okay? Because it looks like it is creating an asymmetrical triangle. So let's find out which direction wins. Today is a doji. It's undecided which area to go. Could we go higher or lower? So still undecided. So if it breaks that downtrend, the resistance there, then you have a breakout. If it breaks here, then breakdown in price. Okay. So I think I was able to review a significant number of stocks today with some side chats on what I do in my Patreon and in my eToro account. Trading in the U.S. market. So a lot of discussions around our session today. So I hope you guys have learned a lot, one point or two. I really appreciate that. I'm glad to be of help somehow in your journey. So, in the meantime, thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to hit the like if you like the content tonight. Join me in Patreon. If you want to start trading in the US market, I have an eToro account. And by the way, I also have a store. I have a Shopee store. If you can support me there, check out my store too. Okay, in the meantime, thank you and bye bye.